10 participants is on here, so yeah.
I have my microphone muted. You can keep it muted, and then if you want to talk, you just hit your space bar, and that way it will automatically mute and unmute.
First, you have to know where the microphone is.
Down at the bottom, Mr. Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all, we're YouTube live.
We are
on
YouTube. Down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
we're going to go YouTube live.
I see it now.
The link to our board meeting on Facebook.
Okay.
I'd like to call the May meeting of the Florence City Board of Education to order. First order of business is pledge allegiance and moment of silence. If everybody would stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. First order of business is communications. And we'll go to reports, financial report, Ms. Wallace.
Good evening. On the capital plans, the progress summary, bids were opened on the Weed and Roof project on May the 7th. And that is on the agenda, excuse me, for the approval for tonight. The next page is the bank reconciliation. The bank reconciliation for March 31st is $17,780,988.88. And all of the accounts, general fund, child nutrition, and all of the local school accounts have been reconciled as of March 31st. The next is the general fund budget analysis. We are at 50% as of March, and you can see that our revenues as of March was actually up to 56.77%, which is above where we were at this point last year. Our expenditures are at 46.92%, which is below where we were at this point actually last year as well. And then ending fund balance as of the end of March was $13,339,335, which is actually up as well, which is a great thing. If you go to the next screen, you can see the local revenue, local tax revenues. And as of March, we were up $1.2 million. The majority of that is in ad valorem taxes. We have gotten our sales tax check from the county commission for the month of March, which posted in the May month. And we were down about $12,000, which was a pleasant surprise. I thought March would be down even more than that, but luckily it was not. Of course, April will probably be a bigger hit, but as of March, we were up $1.2 million. So hopefully that will help us, for the coming months that we do anticipate a shortfall. If you go to the next account, as of March, we had in the bank account for child nutrition, we had an ending fund balance of almost $645,000. Of course, we anticipate that that is going to change and go down as well, since we did not feed children for like our normal schedule, but we're thankful that we were able to feed children the way we have the past couple of months. On the next page, you'll see the expenditures. As of through March, we spent $4.5 million for that month. 3.26 of that was payroll and benefits, and 1.25 was for operations. On the next page, you'll see that all the local school accounts are located there. All of these have been reconciled and tied into the bank reconciliation. We had a total of 1.2 million in all of our accounts combined. And then the next pages, you'll see your, basically your balance sheet for all funds. And then the next 3 pages will be the actual budget to actual and the account statements for the period for March. And all of those are already posted on our school website as required by law. And that's all I have, Mr. Howard.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Howard,
Yes,
could I ask Ms. Wallace a question?
Shirley, go ahead.
Ms. Wallace, as we've been feeding students over the last 2 months, will any of that be reimbursed by the federal program, or is that just something that we did come out of our local budget?
Those funds will be, we will get reimbursement for the meals that we served, just like if we were in school. We have been claiming those through the USDA, and we will receive reimbursement for those.
Thank you. I was hoping that, but even if we weren't, I appreciate what Dr. Shaw and yourself and the staff have stepped out and done. But it makes it even sweeter to know that we're going to get reimbursed.
That's right.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Connie. Next item is comments from the audience, and anybody want to comment from the audience? We don't have an audience, do we? Okay, next is the adoption of agenda. Do I have a motion?
Sir, I move that we adopt the motion.
Have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we adopt agenda. Adoption of the consent agenda.
Mr. President, I recommend adoption of the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, is there a motion to accept Mr. Shaw's recommendation?
I
I
move
make the
we
motion to
accept that.
accept.
I second that.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's adopted. The consent agenda is adopted as written, and the next item is board comments. Is that correct, Dr. Shaw?
Yeah, before we do that, I would like to read our employment and position for tonight.
Okay,
Tonight, we hired Ms. Dana Willis as a media specialist for Forest Hills Elementary School. We hired Ms. Lauren Garner as an elementary teacher at Wheaton Elementary School. We hired Emerson Sizemore as a physical education / weightlifting teacher at Florence High School. And Mary Beth Whitehead was hired tonight as a secretary for Florence Middle School. And that ends our employment and position.
anything else, Dr. Shaw?
I would like to say a couple things. One, Dr. Shepherd is going to make an announcement tonight, and we will do a press release tomorrow about graduation. So that will be coming very shortly, but we will have graduation in mid-June, but I will wait for him to present that to his students and parents. And secondly, I just want to commend again, I know we said a ton, but commend our CMP staff for all that they have done, all of our staff really, but especially our CMP staff, for all they have done to feed our students. And our administrators are back at work this week, full force. So.
Dr. Shaw, when and where will Dr. Shepherd announce the graduation?
He will make a videotaped announcement on social media, and we will do a press release as well following that.
Okay, thank you.
We'll get it out to all the media and public.
Okay, you have anything else, Dr. Shaw?
No, sir, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay, board comments. Mr. Griffin.
Dr. Shaw, I appreciate the fact that you didn't jump on the bandwagon of some of the other schools that are going to do this in May. And your reasoning, I really appreciate you thinking this through and working with the State Department rather than being a lone ranger. And I really appreciate that. And also the feeding of the students, and the first release, you said not just Florence City students, but I also like the fact that you said, please bring the child with you. So you didn't have lines and lines of people who had nothing to do with the school and didn't have a child. And so we hate to think that we have to do that, but I appreciate the fact that you think out of the box and you think beyond what's going on today. And you and Connie are a keeper of the funds, and you've done more than what would be expected. I think pretty sure that Florence City stepped out and started this wave, and then other schools followed you. And so I just appreciate the leadership and the team that even today we're in different rooms down here, and people are at work and they're making sure that this process goes on. And I just really appreciate that. We can hold our head up high and say, we didn't sit down and go, oh me, what are we going to do? But y'all had a plan from day one. And if something didn't work, you backed up, fixed it, and went on. I just appreciate that. And I know it wasn't just Dr. Shaw. You have a great team.
That's
And
right.
I just appreciate you having the insight to hire those good people.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Watson?
Yes, I wanted to, just looking over the agenda first, I just wanted to, I guess I'm a little sad to have seen Miss Mary's name on that agenda. All
Yes.
three of my children had benefited from her advice and guidance, and she has been a real staple there. So that was bittersweet to read that tonight. So I did want to recognize her personally. I would like to appreciate and just say thanks as a parent to Dr. Shepherd. He really has been going above and beyond. I know the parents are really appreciating everything that he's doing, and I have no doubt all that communication is happening at all levels. But from somebody that is going through this, with a child in the system, it really is to be commended how many people need to be patted on the back. And speaking of that, I think, you can't plan for something that you don't know. And I think the technology and everything that we had in place with our kids and their one-on-one initiatives, and we just were so poised and ready, for this, when there's no way that we could have ever fathomed that, we would have a whole semester out of school. But the technology out there and the fact that we had that in our children's hands is really to be commended in long-range planning. And I did see that we were upgrading some things for 3rd and 4th graders tonight as well. I don't think anybody has any hesitation on how that is needed to make sure that we can continue to be able to communicate with the children, even at those young levels. But I also have a question on the feeding, and this may have been shared at some point, but do we know how many meals we have served through our pickup program on the meals at the different locations? I was just curious if we have
As of the end of last week, Dr. Heiss or Ms. Wallace can answer, but I know at the end of last week, it was 41,400 or 500. And so I don't know if that does not include this week for sure. So
41 and change is a lot. I mean, that in and of itself, that deserves a press release. You need to get that young man on that.
I think he actually did. I think Carter Watkins did do a press release. Yeah.
Good.
Carter's done a phenomenal job through this as well as Chris Westbrook. Yeah.
It seems like he has. So anyway, kudos to everybody. Thanks so much. That's it for me.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes. Thank you, Miss Willis, and welcome aboard, Miss Willis, Miss Garner, Miss Sizemore, and Miss Whitehead. We're glad you're a part of a great family. Welcome aboard to all those new people too. That's it. Thanks.
Ms. Kirkman? Ms. Kirk?
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Yeah, thank you. I had to unmute my button there, but I also just want to say congratulations and welcome aboard to our new hires. And I may be freezing up a little bit. My connection may not be good, but certainly want to give a shout out to all of the administrators. It has really been an awesome job that you guys have done. I totally agree with Mr. Griffin and with Ms. Watson. Having the technology already in place was just absolutely amazing, that all we had to do was just, so many people that I talked to in my field of work, schools did not have, they were not ready. They were not able to do what we did. And so I'm so proud of how we have just kind of risen above the level of where people are, especially technology wise. One of the things I want to say about the giveaway for food, I thought it was awesome for the children to see us being able to provide that for them as their parents came by and picked up for their lunches. And so I think that that was great. So I'm looking forward to graduation. I knew that it would happen. I was just a matter of time of when. So thank you so much. And you guys have done a great job.
Okay, my comments are that, Dr. Shaw, it's amazing how you and your staff, and I'm including teachers in that, have maintained the school as you have and still offering as much as you are offering to the student population. It goes without saying that it's above and beyond. And I don't know how other systems are handling all this, but I doubt that anybody is handling it better than our system is. And with that, the regular board meeting will be June the 9th at 5 p.m. here at the Technology and Professional Development Center. I have a motion to adjourn. Okay. Stay here
I
for-
motion to adjourn.
I second that.
Second.
So moved.
I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Good job, Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Good job, Mr. Howard.
Thank you. Thank you very much.